Okay, in this video we're going to look at finding the area of composite 2D shapes. Now this is going to be really simple, so it's just a refresher for you before you go on to the exercise below. If you want to go straight onto the exercise, carry on, but this is just for any of you who want that little reminder. So, the shape in front of you, crudely drawn as you can see, the question is, find the area of that shape. Well, you can't, not in its current form. So you need to find regular shapes or shapes that you're happy with finding the area. So, if you look at this, it's the same shape with some measurements, but more importantly it's been split into a nice square there and two triangles. Now the measurements have been put on, alright, so now you have to find the area of the shape. So let's begin. We're going to begin with the square, because the square is the simplest, I'd say. Alright, when you write this down it's best to make notes, so we're going to say the square. We'll do it in a different colour. We know the square is got a side of 5. I don't know what the units are, just 5 units. So we just use our knowledge of squares. We say 5 times by 5 gives us 25 units squared. Okay then, fantastic. So we've done the square. Let's move on. Let's look at the right angled triangle. Okay, so with the right angled triangle, do it in blue, you're going to have to use, well, let me ask you, what are we going to use? Hopefully you've all instantly said, Pythagoras' theorem, and you'll be right because it's a right angled triangle, as we can see there. Okay then, so Pythagoras' theorem, I say h squared rather than ac squared, is equal to the two sides squared total together. Okay, so h squared, what is h squared? H squared is 13 squared is equal to 5 squared plus, we'll call it x squared, which we don't know, and x is the height of this side here. So 13 squared, 169, is equal to 25 plus x squared. Okay then, so 169 take away 25. You should all be really pausing the video at times like this and just testing your control of your theories really and your practical application of these methods. So 169 minus 25 is equal to 144. Okay, right then, but we need the square root of that because 144 is equal to x squared and we want x on its own, so the square root of 144 is equal to 12, which equals x. Alright then, so that was just a nice little extra. I think you have to minimise this. I'll zoom back in on the shape in a moment. In fact, I'll do that now. We'll put this length at 12 units. Okay, you'll note that this is not drawn to scale, but don't worry about that for the moment. Okay then, so look what we've got. We need to figure out the area of this triangle. So now that we have the height, we can do that. So it's going to be half base times height, which you all definitely know. Okay, we'll do it over here. So, let's do it in black. Right then, so half of 5 times 12. Okay then, so 5 times 12 is 60. We want half of that, so that's 30 units squared. Okay, so we have at the moment a total of 30 units and 25 units, the square and the first triangle. Okay, we still haven't got the area of this little triangle there that we've got. And that is quite obviously the easiest part. We can see here, we have the base already, we know it's 5, and we have the height, because 12 minus 5 is 7. Okay, so this height here is 7, and this length here is 5, so half the base times the height. Fantastic, we'll do this quickly. Excuse me, getting used to this. Alright then, so half of 5 times 7. Now I keep saying half the base times the height, but I'm actually writing half of base times height. It will give you the same answer. You can test it yourself if you want. Right then, 5 times 7, 35. Half of 35, 17.5 units squared. We don't know what the units are, so I'm just keeping them as units at the moment. So the next bit is really key stage 3. You're probably 3 steps ahead of me already, but I'm just going through it nice and slowly so we're all on the same page. We have to total these together. So 17 and a half, 17 and a half plus 30 plus 25 is going to give us 72.5 units squared. And that is the area of this composite 2D shape. Right then. Nice and easy, I'm sure. This is really just a refresher for you, so when we come to lesson next time, I think it's tomorrow, we'll be able to start with some higher level GCSE stuff rather than recapping this in class. So have a go at the questions below, and I'll see you tomorrow.